Hey there, Rat City. Rat City by Night is a 6-part Vampire the Masquerade miniseries from Game Master Monday. Content warnings include kidnapping, muggings, organized crime, vampire genre typical violence, death, mentions of blood, suicidal ideation, teenaged NPCs in violent situations, religious references, and of course, rats. My favorite thing about Rat City is how rats take care of each other. So please, take care of yourself, my rat friend, and enjoy the show.
We open on the Rat Cathedral in the heart of Rat City, a place of worship, of remembrance, and of meditation. But tonight, a place of confusion, of questions, and of, hopefully, answers. Barry, you remember what happened to you. You prepared painstakingly for the end that you dreamed of, only to be met by the image of your ratster, the runner, the head of the Rat Cathedral, Matthias Templeton, with a large grin, simply saying, "Welcome back, brother."
What are you doing here? What am I doing here?
You, my friend, have been given a second chance at this life.
Why? I did great with my first chance. I don't need a second to take it back.
It's not a gift that I can bestow or return. There are movements, machinations, and decisions being made by a rat in our city who is performing miracles, bringing back those who we have lost.
I wasn't lost. I was exactly where I was supposed to be.
Far be it from me to question the will of the saints, my friend.
Do you know where Tucker is?
He kind of has like a long stare right now, and there is a flash in his eyes that tells you that maybe he knows more than he's letting on, and your instincts, now that you are awake, feel sharper than they have been before. If you would, for me, can you just make me a flat intelligence roll?
Okay, I can do that. Okay, so my intelligence is 2, so I'm rolling 2d10.
You roll 2d10, but I will also note in your awakened state you are also hungry. So you are truly rolling 2 of your hunger dice.
Okay, we have 2 successes, a 6 and a 9.
A 6 and a 9. Your mind is sharper than it was a few short hours ago. Your body more limber. Notably, the ticking in your head that you normally would feel, the beating of your heart, you don't feel or hear either. But you can tell one thing. That conversation you had with Matthias Templeton earlier discussing Tucker Flynn, you don't think the good ratster has been entirely honest with you.
Matthias, did you lie to me?
There is an obligation we have as spiritual leaders to protect those who are seeking protection, those who might not want. to be found. But trust me, they are doing well.
There are a lot of people who are not doing well because of us losing Tucker. What about her family? What about Bridget?
I can only tell you what I have told her, in that in this, your second life, this miracle you've been granted, it would not be wise to visit your family or your friends.
But that's what you do when things get hard. You lean on your family, you lean on your community. That's the whole reason we make that. Why? Where do I go?
Your life is yours again. You will note changes in your body. This is a second life after all, not a continuation of the old one. You will note that your physical ailments that plagued you are no longer there. You won't feel the rush of your blood in your body anymore. But it is your life, and it's been given back to you. You do not have to be lost or departed. Though I will say, through the guidance we have received from this budding saint, it has been noted that visiting those who we care about could have new and early consequences. Some of them might know that you have departed and may recoil in fear, and how can the heart deal with rejection when it does not know it's being rejected? So my advice to you, go out, do the things you've dreamed of doing, live this new life, tread carefully.
You have not given me a new life. You have robbed me of the death I deserve. Death completes a rat, and I am not finished anymore. And I think Barry, for the first time, recognizes how straight he's sitting. He realizes that he's not wheezing or anything, and he feels that his body feels better but wrong. And he looks down at the shattered clock on the ground, and he picks it up and looks at it and sees that the glass of the watch face is broken and falling to pieces, and he sees that the second hand is no longer working and is stuck in place. But he looks up and compares it with the clock in the cathedral, and it still reads the right time. I hate my new life. I hate your life too. If I had a life, I'd hate it.
That feeling overtaking you, the impulse of anger, of hatred, of being denied something you were owed, would you make me a rouse check, please? A single D10.
It's a 2.
On a 2, this is not who you've been before, Barry, and the first emotion you are feeling in this, your so-called second life, only begets more anger and more hunger. You stare at this person, your spiritual leader for a number of months, now only seeing the anger, the hatred, the denial of what you were owed. You are now at a 3 on your hunger, and all that you can feel deep inside you is just how starving you are. You need something to eat. It's the only thing your mind will let you think of.
Barry staggers out of the rat cathedral and immediately impulsively starts following his routine. He turns in the direction of his home, because every week he runs the same routine like clockwork, and is a few steps in where he has to stop himself and be like, I've been told not to go this way. Bad things can happen to my loved ones. He has a moment of being afraid and confused because he's like, this is all the places that I know are the places that I always go to. If I don't go to any of those, then I don't know where I'm going at all. But I think that he just takes a moment and literally just pivots 180 degrees on his path and just goes the opposite direction and is like, whatever I find, I find.
As you listen to your hunger and you have resigned yourself to whatever I find, is there a voice, a preference, a preferred target that manifests? If one were to feast in the way your mind is saying, if you yourself were perhaps a known dying entity, what would Barry just really go for right now?
Barry is very accustomed to routine, to familiarity, to things that he knows how they work. There are other clock stores in Rat City, and I think that he makes his way to one of them. It's the one that Nikolai got the gift from.
The gift from a loved one. You cannot visit them if the rules are to be followed, but maybe their essence can be left behind in other places. Maybe a sense of familiarity can help in this difficult time for you. As are most places in Rat City, the clock store that was visited, this is more of a scavenging store. The owner, you know, happens to be the kind of rat who spends their time hovering around the openings in the sky that we would know as sewer grates, looking through the dumping areas where things tend to land. If you were a tinkerer, one who has things brought to you, this is the person who is simply just locating them. And you note, if you look through the window of that shop, this owner there, younger than you, as many, many rats are, but certainly an adult, one with a small eyeglass over themselves as they look deeply into a lower end style clock, you might say. Maybe the band more elastic than you would like to work with, a very simple face, but they are giving it the time and attention of the kind of caliber watch you would have been gifted anyway. And what do you feel as you look at that person, that rat in the window?
I think there's a sense of, because I've worked with him before, like I know him, I've seen him, and it's very like he's doing good work. And I see just like him like slightly fumble with one of the tools, and there's like a twitch in like one of Barry's ears twitches a little bit, and he like frowns, and he kind of makes his way to the front door and just like tries the doorknob.
The doorknob to Zippy's clocks turns and clicks open for you. Again, a lot of places in Rat City stay open at night. Rats like to occupy all times of day, of course, and who can ever really say what time it ever is in Rat City if it weren't for the clocks? And he looks up, fumbling already, kind of dropping his tools and kind of grabbing at the counter, and looks up and says, "Barry?"
Zippy, it's good to see you.
Good to be seen. You're not normally out this late, if I recall. You're more of a, looks at the broken clock, an early afternoonish person.
Oh. Sorry, I must have gotten mixed up on my way back from the Rat Cathedral.
Sure.
I was saying one extra prayer for the Barry is walking around the store, looking at all the clocks, and it's very kind of like the visual of Barry's silhouette with the what little light is reflecting off of his glasses.
Was there something in particular you were looking for? Was there a problem with the watch Nikolai? I know it wasn't ticking, but
No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, if there's anything I've learned, a broken clock can have his gears set ticking again.
you would know, I'm sure. Sorry if I'm a little out of sorts. This is a really bizarre order I've been given. I'm not used to working with this caliber of clock.
What is it?
It's
Can I?
it's rudimentary. I think it's just I don't know where this would have came from. I can't get this. He just kind of turns it over. He's been working at this one hard. You can tell. Small tufts of fur, little drops of blood on the gears, clearly his, as he keeps cutting himself in the tools, the sharper pieces. He's like, I don't know what they made this one out of, but I keep stubbing myself on it, and then I gotta pick it out, and I stub myself again, and I just can't seem to make the move properly. And I don't know if it's because it's a poor material or an extravagant one, but it's...
Let me see it. Maybe I can figure out what's going on.
I'm going to have you make a dexterity roll with your craft for clockwork. So in total, you can roll 5 d10s, keeping in mind that you are so hungry.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
3 successes. We have 1-1 on a normal die and 1-1 on a hunger die.
With 3 successes, you are able to diagnose what is wrong with this clock, ignoring the pulsing in your stomach, in your soul.
I see one gear in there that is the wrong size. It is slightly too small and isn't being caught by the other ones trying to turn around it. And I think that also with him repeatedly stubbing his finger and dripping blood into this, it's become a little bit gunked up, and it's it needs to be cleaned as well as repaired.
He watches as he sees his elder statesman work, moving faster than Barry has moved in quite some time, in several months. Wow, you clearly are a master of your craft. Have you been getting...
I need you to just watch right now.
Okay. I will just watch then. He just kind of sits quietly, kind of slumping on his stool.
And I think that there's a moment where, like you said, Barry's working faster than he has in a long time. He's twirling tools in his fingers and doing little pen spinning tricks, essentially. But he there's a bit where he is almost on autopilot, and he's taken the bits out and set them aside and put other ones back in. And just without thinking, he takes one of the cogs that's been removed, and since he's just fully running on autopilot, he just sets it aside, does some work, picks it up, licks it, puts it back down, and then freezes.
Time in the clock store stops. You licked blood off of it. The other rat saw you. Odd behavior for sure, but he was told to just observe. And if you are listening to that hunger inside you, it's very easy to notice that Zippy of Zippy's clocks is sitting completely still.
I think the work's done here, Zippy.
Well, thank you.
You okay?
Are you okay? Yes, are you?
Oh, Zippy, I'm afraid that the answer is no. But don't worry. You will be. Barry gives in to what's going on, and he goes over and he walks to a clock that is running behind Zippy, and just like reaches behind to where he knows the like, you know how on like analog clocks there's like the wheel that you pull up, and it like stops the clock, and then you can turn it and like set it. He like reaches around and like pulls that out to stop the clock, and he comes around behind Zippy and says, "They say every rat dies twice. I'm sorry for taking you halfway."
What?
And he's gonna feed.
Zippy's blood tastes better than any pie you've ever had. There is a euphoric feeling that fills you when you feed. You are able to alleviate 2 points of hunger, and you leave Zippy on the ground reeling from what happened, but you have fed this evening.
Barry releases his grip on Zippy. The dullness of the hunger like fades out a little bit, and he's now just like surrounded by the sound of like dozens of clocks just like ticking slightly off like from each other. So it's like this cacophonous sound around him that he's picking up on, and I think he just like takes a few steps back and shudders and just sprints out of the clock store.
As you enter the streets of Rat City, sprinting out, not understanding, feeling the feelings you're feeling, you hear the familiar dong, the bell of the Rat Cathedral, and a new instinct in your mind simply says to return. And in that same place, maybe moments a day, who's to say, earlier, a sleeping, unconscious, but cognizant Pidge lying somewhere in this building. While you cannot see, you can hear, and you can hear faintly the questions of, "Did I not tell you not to visit people you care about?"
Well, yeah, but, yeah, you did, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
I will see what is possible here, but you need to go. She cannot see you if she awakes.
Make me better, please.
That's what we're going to do here, Mrs. Server, but I remind you not to visit your friends and family. You are too new at the Second Life.
My family's so big, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Your best, Miss LaServa.
I'm really good at things, but not this. Shit.
You hear a crunching, a feeding as the rat turns to look at you and looks back at Carmela and says, "Go now. You have to, whatever you do, go now."
Okay. Just, fuck.
And before you know it, it's hard to say how much time passes, but eventually your eyes flicker open. Do you have any familiarity with the Rat Cathedral and its ratster, Matthias Templeton?
Not really. I think he's maybe been in to the shop a couple times, but my parents are Quakers, so we didn't really spend a lot of time there. It's all about finding the rat within. You know, the not so much churchgoers.
But maybe for the first time in your life, you wake up in a church in the Rat Cathedral, and you see a vaguely familiar figure, maybe a previous customer, but not one you can put a name and identity to. And he just smiles at you and says, "Oh, thank goodness you have arisen. The saints be praised for you."
What happened?
A concerned citizen brought you to our door, friend. You were on the end of your first life, it would seem.
What? Why am I so... Ow, my neck hurts. What happened?
that will go away, I assure you. I suppose I should show you around, because you might have a lot of questions, and I will do my best to answer them.
Wait a minute. I don't... The last thing I remember... Was he Carm? Was he always... Where's Carm?
Ah, I see you remember then. Yes, Miss LaServa is the one who brought you to our doorstep, but I do not know where she has
She is
gone
okay.
since.
She's all right. We gotta go and find her. And I'm gonna try and look. I'm gonna look around and see where the exits are.
Miss, before you do anything brash, I would like to explain your situation to you.
What do you mean, my situation?
For lack of a better term, I believe she said your name was Pigeon, yes?
Pidge, yeah.
Pidge. I am the ratster here at the Rat Cathedral. My name is
Yeah, I
Matthias.
know you. You like the stale crust and bacon bits pie every Thursday.
Yes, you are that person. That's what I thought. Then I thought you might seem familiar. How many other people could appear as you? Truly. Yes, but then we have met. You are safe here. I am currently in communication with a saint who has learned the miracle of second life. You died in your home, from what I understand, but you've been brought back.
Sorry, what? That's not possible. I'm standing right here. What are you talking about? I died in my apartment.
Do you feel a pain or a sensation here on the side of your neck?
I bring my little hand up to touch it. Ow.
Do you feel a thumping in your chest any longer?
I move my hand down to where my heart is. But you just said that this was gonna go away, that I was gonna feel better,
You have been relieved of the previous pains and stresses and biological requirements of your first life, and you have entered through the grace of a saint who saved you from the clutches of death a second life. A different life, but a second life.
I don't understand. I was in my apartment. I was having a slice of pie. With Carm. Carm is alive. Carm is fine. I gotta go find her. I don't know. I think you've gotta be misunderstanding what's happening here. There's probably some sort of a miscommunication. The saint that you're talking about, or that's telling you about second life, maybe it's more of like a metaphorical life. Maybe it's something, sort of conceptual, something that is more of a descriptive, ideological second life, as opposed to something more physical. Because that's the rats. When rats are done, they're done, and then we go and we seek the light within, and we find ourselves in the presence of we don't come back.
And yet here you are. You don't have the beat of your heart any longer, the rush of blood, the aches and the pains, and the previous form of you. You have been given something new. I am sure you felt the light for a moment turn off, yes? If you have been taught to seek the light after yours has gone out, then this would be that thing. For whatever reason, miss, the person who brought you to our doorstep thought that you could potentially be saved as they were, and you have been. But I do warn you, as I warned your friend, it would not be wise to seek out your friends and family right now. I would say especially not to seek out LaServa.
You warned my friend. Who did you warn? Who brought me here?
I believe you said their name was Carmela. And she told me your name is Pigeon.
Carm did this to me?
I do not know the full extent of what happened to you. I only know who found you in your dying moments. Whether they were there or not,
But you just,
only your memories can
but
tell
you just told me that you told the person who brought me here the same thing that you're telling me, and what you're telling me is that I can't go see my friends and family, so...
An instruction wasn't followed
But
clearly.
what if I don't have anybody else?
Then your life is your own. If there is no one you're responsible for or towards, then forgive my bluntness, but whatever you want your life to be is whatever you want your life to be now. It's a gift, and how you spend it is up to you.
I think Pidge just stands there for a minute, trying to take all of this in, looking around in the rat cathedral at all the candles and the chairs and the windows and the stained glass of that rat in the little car of Saint Little. I gotta go find Carm. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta figure this out. I gotta figure this out. And she just turns and walks and tries to get out of the rat cathedral.
In your heightened emotional state as you leave the rat cathedral, Matthias not even putting up much of a fight, knowing he is not equipped to stop those who have been given a second life. Can you make a rouse roll for me?
Sure can. Oh, that's a 10.
You have a success. Perhaps your concern for Carmela is overriding your hunger. You do feel hungry, hungrier than when you died for sure. That pie hasn't stayed with you. It would seem, if I, your narrator, am hearing correctly, despite the warnings of one Matthias Templeton, it seems you are singularly focused on finding one specific rat in this city.
Pidge knows that it's not maybe the first place that she could find Carm, but she knows it's probably the best place. And so she's gonna go back home to where the last time she saw her was, and try and retrace what happened and figure out the best way to get to her.
You are trusting your instincts, your memory, to see if Carmela found me there before, would she think to find me there again? So if you can, roll me your wits and your insight with your hunger die.
Okay, so that's a total of 6 with 2 hunger in there. Okay, my hunger die are a 7 and a 2. And then
Okay.
3
success.
more successes on the other ones.
More than enough. As you contemplate this, you oversee the vastness of Rat City. You are thinking about where you last saw your friend, and you are thinking of the last thing Matthias said to you as you left, how it is not wise to pursue friends and family. But more importantly, you are thinking that Carmela was also told that, which means Carmela may have already broken a rule, and if there's one thing the Lacervas have said over and over again, it's don't make the same mistake twice. So you have to assume that she would not go back to where you are. You're not even there anymore. There may be another place in this city where a despondent member of someone who cares so much for their family might choose to go instead, and you have a gut feeling that she might not be making the same mistake twice, but she may be making a similar mistake, bigger.
That sounds like Carm. I'm gonna go there.
If there's one thing you know about Carmela Gianna Lusali Lacerva, it's that she loves her family. And if she was told not to see them, you have a strong suspicion she's probably going to go see them. And we will see if you are right in a moment. For we must return to the Rat Cathedral as one more opens their eyes. And then we see your eyes open, Anand, and you see Matthias Templeton. You, of course, in your dying moments, thought of your saint, one who saved your city, your town. But do you know of Matthias?
No, for Anand, other rat saints are other people's business. His rat saint is his only business. The idea of a cathedral is bougie to him. Ridiculous rat saints live in your heart. You don't build giant, obnoxious buildings to them. This is just a rat wearing a interesting fashion choice, standing over him in a building of a type he's not seen before.
Unfamiliar territory in a version of your religion you do not recognize, a gaudier, more auspicious, less personal feeling, several saints depicted as opposed to merely focusing on one, books everywhere, no one here telling stories as of the moment, no one sitting in the pews, but a rat nonetheless looking at you, saying, "Ah, you are awake. The saint has chosen you, it would seem."
Oh, what? Rajaman? I felt him carrying me.
So you are a believer, it would seem. I am familiar with your saint.
Was that not... Where am I?
This, and I must assume you do not know, is a cathedral, a place of worship, meditation, and education, where rats who wish to learn more or simply ponder on the greatness of their family saint can come to hear stories, think thoughts, and be educated in the ways of said saint.
Mr. Coffee, he's okay?
I'm unfamiliar.
Phil.
Would that be the person who was attacked in the park?
Yeah. Do you not drink coffee?
More of a tea person, but if they are okay, they were not brought to this place. I would not know the end result of that, unfortunately. This is a violent town, especially in recent days.
Rat City as a violent town? It's not been my experience. It is a place of learning and brotherhood. I'm sorry. I remember being kicked in the head. I must have come here unknowingly. Thank you so much for your kindness. I will go check on Phil and head home. There are many things to work on. Thank you.
Do you still feel that pain in your head?
No, the medicine you have given me must have worked really well. Not even a bruise.
I need to tell you that you were killed. You were attacked, and a saint who is dispersing miracles has seen fit to bring you back here and give you a second life.
For Anand, saints are not gods or necessarily holy creatures. They are rats who often perform miracles. What one might call miracles through some sort of power. So this doesn't sound divine. It is strange to call this rat a saint while they still live. But to each rat their own. But killed doesn't make sense. He must mean in some sort of ambiguous, a different way of speaking.
Oftentimes on the road to sainthood, the miracle is not recognized as a miracle in the saint's lifetime.
That is true.
am bearing witness to a giver of miracles and escorting them on their way to potentially being remembered, because if I am correct, and I do know much of the existing saints, this would be the largest miracle performed for rat kind. A rat who can quite literally find those on their dying breath and bring them back to us. A second life, a second chance. Your wounds, your ailments, the very things that would have caused your death, your heart that can fail you, your mind that can collapse, your bones and your muscles that can atrophy, no more. A second chance to do what you want to do with your life given back to you.
It is a strange thought, but I often haven't put much thought into death. Well, is your saint around? I should thank them.
They are tired, and they must have their rest. It is no easy feat to bring back those who we have lost. I have merely been placed here as a guide and a shepherd to you who are given these second chances. Now, there are, of course, things you need to know about your new life. I would strongly urge against visiting those you care about in your new and tender state, because it is hard to say what may overcome you in this second life as you adjust to it. But apart from that, your life is yours to live.
I see. Well, Anand rummages around in his pockets. He pulls out a little bit of old cheese, some mica, and a small button. Just 2 holes. But a nice gleam to it all the same. And hands them to the man.
Oh, thank you. Not required, but I have been taught to accept any donation, so I thank you. Your generosity prevails.
Anand is going to leave, perplexed.
Well, as you leave and that perplexion overcoming you, a lot of new information, a lot of different ways to interpret devotion. And in that stupor, I would like you to make me a rouse roll.
That's a 6.
A success. Your confusion overlapping your hunger, but your hunger exists none the less. You have not eaten. You've only had a coffee and a pie, and who knows how long ago that was. As your soul and your stomach and your mind churn, where does your instinct tell you to go before your mind can fully kick in?
Well, the university cafeteria. It's open at all times, as all rat university cafeterias are. So, time to head there. Maybe I can have one spaghetti noodle expertly coiled, a small bit of ketchup laid upon it. That sounds good.
You think about that style of food, the cafeteria, all the robust options available to you. The thought of ketchup, interesting one to be fixated on. Why does that sound good? And as you're pondering on those options, a vision, an unwelcome one, but a vision nonetheless, comes into your mind. Hard to say if this is merely dream as a result of the hunger or a premonition entirely, but as you are looking at the vast expanse of Rat City, in your mind's eye, all you can see, rivers and rivers of blood coming from the slits in the sky, coming from the open doors of homes, flooding the streets of Rat City. The smell of it, the feel of it, a portion of you feeling that what a delicious sight to behold as it spews and overtakes the entirety of the city. And if you were to step back from the inner visions of the streets and alleys and the Rathedral and the parks and the schools, you could see further as blood spills out of the city, taking out various nests and families, seeping into Ratsfield, where you called home for so many of your months alive, watching this completely overtake everything you have known. Hard to say why you are receiving this vision, but a new part of your second life tells you that this is not going to be the first time you see sights like this.
All of a sudden, the bright lights of the cafeteria seem too overwhelming. Hungry, sure, but also quite overwhelmed. I need to find a place of refuge. So I stumble towards the apartment building in which I reside.
Returning to your own quarters, your literal home turf, in an apartment building where the smell of rats is at an all-time noticeable high for you. The smell of your neighbors, potentially your friends, just overpowering your olfactories, your senses, as you try to come back and seek out your own.
Anand is holding his head. He drops the papers to the ground as he enters his apartment. He reaches in the fridge and pulls out the carafe. It's honey. He had to barter quite a bit of work for it because the rats that farm honey from the wild bee populations are far away, almost as far away as Ratsfield. So to get it here is a big deal. And he immediately takes a swig of it.
So in order to ingest this honey, in order to use that to satiate you, you're going to make a willpower roll. You should be at a 6. I'm looking for 3 successes for this to work.
Okay, so I change 2 of my dice to hunger dice because I have 2 hunger.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 10 and a 7 on my red dice. And I have a 9, a 6, and a 10 on my non-blood dice. So what did I just do to myself?
You are able to down this honey. However, you're going to note a few things about it. This honey tastes disgusting. You no longer enjoy the taste of it. You can get it down, but the previous joy you would have found in eating it is devoid, absent, and replaced with something else more terrible. Secondly, you will note that even if you can get it down, that hunger is still present inside you. It seems that eating something you once loved is only serving an aesthetic visual purpose, something you know you can do, but are no longer going to want to do.
Anand tosses the craft to the side in sadness, and I think as he does, he hears his neighbor, an elderly lady, Lucia, calling for help. She hears the clattering. She knows that he's nearby. He puts aside his hunger for the moment, leaves his apartment and knocks on her door. Lucia? Miss Lucia? Do you need help?
Yes, the door should be open, please.
He walks in. She's sprawled on the ground. Her cane to the side. It doesn't look good. And he's going to go closer to help her sit up onto her little couch. And she smells tasty.
I was trying to put something away in the cabinet and I slipped on the slippery part of the floor. You know what happens when the stone gets wet and I can't get up.
I lift her onto the couch. This was easier to do than he expected. He's not the strongest rat out there. And he catches the scent of where her leg was nicked. Well, let me wrap this right up for you. And he gets some bandages. And he gets closer. And it looks a little bit like how he thought the honey would taste. And he's really just trying to be helpful. And before he knows it, he's licking the wound.
Dear, I don't know what you're doing down there, but it feels odd.
It's okay, Miss Lucia. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy your needle point. As he licks again, it's teasing it open a little bit so we can get a little bit more blood. It tastes really good. And before he knows it, he's bitten her calf.
When you sink your teeth into Lucia's ankle, only going in to see what would happen at first and letting your instinct take over, When do you stop? You have 2 hunger die. Would you want to feast until you are full, or abandon this leg sooner, even though it tastes just like honey?
I will abandon it. It is that bite that tastes really good, and then the fear. The instinctual fear, and Miss Lucia blinks and he's gone. He's back in his apartment and he's shaking and he's seeing the rivers of blood and he doesn't know what's going on.
A single die of hunger resolved for you. Lucia left alive, confused, but alive. And as you shiver with fear, visions of flooded streets of blood poisoning your mind, the bells of the Rathedral begin to ring. A structure you have never intentionally visited, didn't even know it was here because of how focused in your studies you were, and yet a compulsion calls you to it, as if it's saying, come back home.
Oh, I must return because there is something that rat did not tell me.
Hello, my ravenous rodents. It's me, your storyteller Grant, appearing to you in the middle of the episode to give you a little breather and to introduce you to some cool friends of ours, starting with our pals over at RPG Major.
RPG Major is an actual play like no other. Private Eyes Mara, scion of sirens, and Aubrey, former fairy queen, solve supernatural mysteries while improvising songs. Sitting on the front porch of your office is a wooden xylophone.
Oh no. We know what xylophones do, Mara. And we're gonna say it at the same time on 3. 1, 2, 3. They turn you into a skeleton and then you play your ribcage like a xylophone.
Bones.
Right?
Right, I agree. I'll sing along. Nope, that would make it worse.
Combining actual play, musical theater, and mystery into one cozy package, it's RPG Major.
RPG Major. Mystery and magic and danger. RPG Major. What'll we solve? What'll we solve? What'll we solve today?
I'm just going to warn you, that song is going to be stuck in your head for the rest of the week, and I'm not really that sorry about it. Genuinely, such a cool find. Shout out to One Shot, which is how I learned about RPG Major, but these folks are so fucking talented, so fucking good. The mysteries they solve are, yes, very funny, and they're quick-witted and fun to listen to, but there's also like these moments where I just like can't believe what I'm here. Like, the depth these people can go into on the fly, outstanding. You'd be doing yourself a favor by listening to RPG Major. If you are hearing the sound of my voice and it is currently May 11th, 12th, or 13th of 2026, then exciting news for you, listener. We have a live one-shot coming up on twitch.tv/GameMasterMonday, and it's a little game we like to call Hypermall Unlimited Violence. Alright, here's the deal. It's Christmas at the Piss Emporium, and your job is really fucking easy. Abduct this guy. I can't even say his name, technically. Just abduct him. Do not kill him. Fuck, you're probably too dumb to get this. Okay, kill everyone who isn't this guy. Okay? Got it? I love you. Good luck. Hypermall Unlimited Violence, a live one-shot created by Rat Bastard Games and GM'd by our special guest, Adam Seitz. This live one-shot stars Alyssa, a disaster queer from Goblets and Gays, Logan from Bloom and Blight, and our very own Zoop, the voice of Anand and our co-GM here at Game Master Monday. This promises to be a live, vulgar, violent, sexy, horny time, so we advise you be the kind of person who can stomach a lot of hard things to stomach, like piss. That will be live this Wednesday, May 13th at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We hope to see you then. Don't forget a gun. Alright, good chat. I'm glad we could have this time together, you and I. But now it's time for you to be on your way. I present to you the rest of Rat City by Night, Part 2. In the streets of Rat City, a despondent Carmela Gianna Lusali Lacerva has been dismissed from the presence of Matthias Templeton, has attacked her best friend, brought her to the only place she knew that could help her. Mere hours ago, woken up in this place, told not to visit her friends and family, but given a second chance at life. The injury she sustained in her kidnapping and mugging gone. The scar on her neck non-existent, almost as if it would have happened in a dream, but she knows it wasn't. You left that rat cathedral knowing that you have fed. But the thing you fed on, the person you care the most about, your best friend, is literally eating its way into you, while you were physically fed a stress, a concern. You don't know what's happening to her. You don't know if the saint is going to be able to help. You don't know who this saint is. All you know is you woke up there, so you're hoping Pidge can do the same. The stress eating away at you, restoring a hunger in a way that when someone is going through a difficult, challenging time, sometimes the only thing we can think to do to cope with it is eat.
Around a year ago, there was a food blogger that wrote an article, a review, and they gave Pidge and the Pie Shop 3 stars. And Carm got all of her brothers, specifically Meatball in particular, which was very funny to her because watching his big oafish body trying to get all of the newspapers from every single newsstand across Rat City to get all of the stacks of newspapers with this article, this review article from circulation, out of circulation, was very entertaining to her. And she has this article still in her trench coat pocket to this day, and she finds her little rat fingers on it as she puts her hands in her pockets and looks up at whatever sky there is in Rat City. Now, she doesn't know the way to this journalist's house, but she probably knows the way to the headquarters or the wherever this newspaper would be in production.
You think of this person. You at your core, Carmela, are a Lacerva. And the thing the Lacervas are great at is collecting debts. You are owed something from this person who put so much distress and concern and self-doubt into this person who you simply cannot stop thinking about, the concern overtaking, and as it does, the hunger roars, and in your ear, the voice of the one person who has never steered you wrong, your father, coming through loud and clear.
Carmela, if there's one thing that Rat City is full of, it's rats. And what we do with rats is we educate them, we collect from them, and if they don't choose to learn, we have ways of reminding them who the real kingpins and king rats are in this town. You know what you need to do to this particular gentleman. What he did to Pidge? I think it's high time you took what you're owed.
Are you sure?
Me, Principessa, I'm certain.
He was really mean to her.
And what do we do to people who are mean to family?
Oh, well, we gotta protect the family.
Gotta protect the family from every danger there could be. Remember, this empire is yours one day.
Yeah. And I think, like, her eyes just start, like, blackening.
I am going to have you make a wits and streetwise roll. You are an interconnected part of the mafia here, after all. You should know where the people who owe you things are.
Okay, so I have 2 dots in wits, and I have 1 dot in streetwise. Does that mean I roll 3 dice?
Yes, but you're also hungry.
I'm also hungry.
So they're all hunger die.
Great. It's a 7, a 2, and a 1.
Well, that's only 1 success and a 1, of course. So this is going to be a failure. The voice of your father telling you what you need to do to collect what you are owed. You scour and scavenge the streets looking for any hint of where this journalist could reside, and you're coming up empty.
And she's getting pissed.
You're getting pissed, and the voice in your head, Giancarlo, is getting pissed. The fuck are you doing?
Dad, I don't know where the fuck this journalist is.
And why the fuck not? I thought you were a server.
Yeah, well, I don't fucking know where this is. He's not over here, he's not over there, he's not here.
I did not think you would fail your first and quite frankly easiest
I
task.
haven't failed yet.
Well, where is he?
I'm gonna get him.
Oh, are you? What's your big plan to get him?
Well, city hasn't been turned upside down yet.
Alright, so what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna turn the city upside down, or are you just gonna let your stomach get emptier and emptier?
Well, wouldn't that make me more vicious?
When you're faced with this kind of decision, you have 2 choices. You either starve, or you tempt fate.
And at this point, she is running all around trying to find this rat journalist.
The next time you are faced with a problem to solve, any attempt at a solution, short of the most daring or dangerous, will of course incur a penalty.
Oh, God.
And you're not the only person searching for a specific rat in this city. We turn back to you, Pidge. You are, of course, looking for your best friend, and you are looking for any kind of clue as to where they might be, and you're trying to rely on your previous experiences of where you know they might hide, knowing that it's probably not going to be your apartment or anything. So I'm going to have you also make a wits and streetwise roll.
Oh boy. Okay, wits and streetwise. I got 2 in wits. What's my streetwise? I don't think I got any. Nope, sure don't.
And you have 2
so that's
hunger
just
die.
straight hunger, baby. Let's go. That's a 7 and a 10.
2 successes, and one of them a critical on your hunger die. The opposite of Carmela, if you will. You are succeeding in your second life, and your second life comes with new features, new attachments, new sounds. When you are reaching inside yourself to think, where can my best friend be? What voice permeates your mind?
I think it's my ma's voice. Of every time I would get frustrated or unsure of myself or tell myself I can't do something because I'm different or I'm not good enough or if I would feel like the other rats were talking about me, my ma would always tell me that what they think doesn't matter, and what they think about me and my abilities doesn't matter. All that matters is what I think about me. And in this moment, I keep hearing her say, just take a minute and take a deep breath, and remember you are capable, you are strong, and you are you. And so I'm gonna stop and take a breath and say that to myself.
When you inhale, listening to the memory of your mom's words, she seems to have more to say. She keeps talking, a bestial, lower version of her voice, but one there for sure. She seems to be holding a pie in your mind if you had to envision such a thing. And she's just inhaling deeply and saying, do you smell that?
It smells really good.
Our family has always trusted scents and smells and their noses to know what we're going to do. It's one of the most important parts of being a rat. We trust our senses. You should always know what to do if you just listen to your nose. It'll tell you what ingredient you're missing, it'll tell you who isn't in a room, and it will tell you where the light is supposed to go. You're perfect. You can accomplish anything and do whatever you want, my little pigeon. If you just trust that sense, you will find anything you need.
Okay. I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna try and use my nose to see if I can smell Carm or where she's been.
It's not hard to catch the scent of Carmela. She has a very specific and unique flavor note to her. You are able easily to follow it, and you are able to easily encounter a Carmela Lacerva in the fits of determination, rage, violence. You, driven by your own animalistic instinct to smell and hear and follow, are met with a version of Carmela that you have never seen before. A version of Carmela you can smell, and Carmela, you do not find what you're looking for, but you do find what you wanted.
I think you hear two little feet kind of whapping on the sidewalk up until they stop, and you hear, Carm!
Carmela's shoulders are hunched over, her nails are extended and almost elongated a little bit, and she just whips around, and her shoulders just instantly slacken a little bit, and her posture just softens, but her eyes are still blackened. You'll see her teeth are a little bit more sharpened than the last time you've seen her, and she's sharper looking. But there's no doubt about it, she's ecstatic to see you, and she'll run up and give you a big ol' hug. You're okay.
I'm okay. I woke up in the rat cathedral, and that was weird, and then
shit.
My neck really hurts. Does it look weird to you? Does it look funny?
Fluffy as ever, kid.
What happened to you?
Muffle it up a little bit.
I have this. My memory's a little fuzzy, I gotta say, but
Minus two.
But you were missing for so long, and now you're here. And were you at my place before? Did we have pie?
Yeah, we did. Your new flavor's great.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. Where were you?
There was some sort of rebar or something. Wait, right now? Or where was I before? Or where was I?
Wait a minute. And I bring my little hands up to your face, and I just sort of turn your face a little bit. You look... I mean, you look good, but you look different. Why do you look different?
You look good. I think we're different, kid.
How do you mean?
Well,
like emotionally? Because I do feel a little bit.
Yeah. You could say you
more
could say
unsettled, maybe.
Yeah,
Hungry. I'm hungry.
bit.
Are you hungry? Do you want to go?
Yeah,
we should go get something to eat.
I was just thinking that.
Well, I got stuff back at home.
Not exactly what I was thinking.
Okay, well, we can get something else. We could do,
So, you haven't really been awake that long.
Hey, were you talking with, what's his name at the Cathedral? He said that he saw you.
Yeah.
Earlier.
Yeah, he seems to know some things, but not too many things. Look, do you remember, a year ago, there was an article that came out.
What article?
That's good. No, well, at least Meatball was good for something. And she'll pull out an article, the review. Well, I just had some words with him.
A review? What did they say? What did they say about Pie in the Sky? And I take it from your hands and I start reading it. Oh.
Well, yeah, no, I just had some had some words I wanted to say. I didn't quite agree with it.
Oh, well, that's not... Oh. He didn't really like it, did he?
Yeah, no, he's kind of hard to find.
I mean, 3 stars isn't terrible.
It's not enough.
I mean, it's out of 5. It's more than half, so that's not
enough.
Okay, I guess. I think Pidge is still reading the last couple lines in this review, and
no, don't listen to what he had to say.
Why didn't I ever see this when this came out? It's from a year ago.
Yeah, well, I kind of had Meatball run across town and get every single newspaper in circulation.
You're kidding, right? you wouldn't do
that.
Oh my, you did.
No, I did.
Calm, that's really sweet.
Yeah, everything.
Part of me kind of wishes that I knew so that I could, if you didn't like that pie, I've made tweaks to that pie a lot of times. Maybe we could get him to come back and try it again and write another review.
That's what I'm thinking. And she'll just look at the article.
You're following Carmela. So Carmela, you're going to make a wits and a streetwise roll, and you're going to have 2 more dice from that by virtue of Pidge now helping you.
That's 2 10s, an 8, a 4, and a 2.
Were those 10s on your regular or your hunger die?
Hunger.
As has been commonplace for you this night, the voice of your father returns and says, "All right, I guess I gotta do everything around here. Where would a journalist be if they were working late into the night?"
A bar or the office?
I would say the latter.
So then I guess we go there.
There is an office building in Rat City where the newspaper is published. The Rat World Times, of course, giving all the important updates about the city and the rat world at large. And as you roll up to it, what do you know? A single light in a single room illuminating the street down below, and the shadowy outline of a rat, a pencil tucked behind his ear, working late at night at the office.
Is there any checks you would like me to make before?
It depends on how you would like to go about going into this building. Are you approaching this angrily, aggressively, hungrily, or are you more stealth?
That depends. Are there any other rats, or is this just solo rat? That's it. Are there security cameras?
Solo rat. Burning the midnight oil.
So no security team, no security cameras.
I think as we're walking up to, Pidge is just sort of following behind, every now and then piping up. So we're just gonna ask him if he wants to come back and review the shop again, right? We'll ask him when the last time it is that he's been there and the last flavors that he's tried and see if he wants to come back and do another review and maybe a take two, since it's been a whole year since he's come to visit, right?
Nah.
And maybe he's got an idea of where we could go and get a late night bite. Because I'm really hungry.
I don't.
You think he's got snacks in his office?
You see, the problem is he kind of hurt the family. Sorry, you have to see this.
I mean, what do you mean? I have to see what?
And she's going to start running towards this rat.
Beautiful. I'm gonna have you make one roll, and you're in this part of you where you're trying to solve a problem. And of course, I warned you that the next problem you try to solve would incur a 2 dice penalty, since you are attempting fate here. Now, that being said, you are throwing your social graces and your mental abilities out the window here. We can do strength and athletics, where you're just brute forcing your way through to get this fucking guy. Or we can do strength and larceny with a 2 dice penalty.
Let's do strength and larceny with a 2 dice penalty.
So be it. Attempting fate, choosing to power through to this person's location, and then being very subtle as you try to get into their office. So go ahead and make that roll for me with a 2 dice penalty.
That is an 8 and a 5.
A single success, then. As you begin to pick away at the lock, you hear from behind the door, hello? Excuse me? Someone is working here? No one should be here?
I think at this point, I'll pipe up and just say, kind of unsure about what Carm is intending to do here, but trusting her that she always knows the right way to approach things, and me thinking we're just coming here to talk about a review, I'll say from behind the door, excuse me, we just had a question about a review from a year ago, and I was hoping that we could just talk to somebody.
Yeah, this is Miss La Serva. I would like to make a donation to your humble office. I'm sure you could use some nice supplies to write some nice reviews.
Are you using your presence for this?
I would like to.
If you are using your presence, your sheer animalistic aura, if you will, then there is no roll required. The very name La Serva is well known in these parts. No sound on the other side of the door, just a hesitant unlocking and a gradual opening, and the overpowering smell of something delicious.
Yeah, let's all just walk inside a little bit, why don't we? I'll just shut the door.
Okay. I'm sure that everything is... I haven't written anything about your family, so I'm more than willing to hear you out for this donation.
Yeah, let's sit down.
And they do. They are agreeable, charmed even.
And this is where I think Carmela would like to take a bite of him.
You are at a hunger level of 3.
I'll reduce it by 2.
as you start to feast on this rat. He's not even making a sound, almost as if he knew his life would always lead to this somehow, some way. You are stopping yourself, knowing that if you fill your hunger, if you end this rat, then your friend goes continue to be famished. And Pidge, there is this overpowering smell of blood, and you have been chasing the perfect smelling pie for all your life, and my god, that's pretty close.
There's a moment for Pidge where she's watching Carm feed on this rat, and those words, "This is who we are now," just kind of wash over her in this state of calm and acceptance. Mechanically, Pidge is weak-willed, which means that when someone that she views as either someone that she loves or someone she views as superior to her, the will of another, she struggles to assert herself. And I think in this moment, combined with the hunger and combined with how much she loves Carm, there's no other choice, and she moves in closer and starts to feed too.
How much would you like to resolve? You are at 3 hunger, and this is the first bite of anything you've had in some time.
I don't think Pidge would know when to stop. But I also think that the thing that does get her to stop is her agonizing empathy. And as soon as her teeth sink into this rat, she feels that wound on her neck start to ache in the way that it did before. And she can't stop. But I think Carm would notice her eyes starting to tear as she's feeling the same pain that this rat is feeling.
What should be a euphoric experience for you. You have no choice but to empathize with the victim of what is happening here. You take a parallel amount of pain and damage from even deigning to participate in this ritual. And it is pleasurable, but it hurts. A weird dichotomy of feeling and emotion coursing through the pain in your neck, where your own friend chose to inflict this upon you. As that feeling courses through, as you two just sit in the wake of what you have done to this journalist who merely wrote a middling review about a pie shop, you hear the bell of the Rat Cathedral.
Taking as much blood from this rat as I can while being able to withstand it, I think I pull back and I sort of stagger back a little bit, and I look at Carm and I look at it. What do we do? We can't just leave him like this. What if he's gonna know what we did? And I look to Carm.
As you're looking at him, wondering what it is you could have done, that inner light you've been taught about your whole life, Pidge, you watch it fade from this rat's eyes. Covered in bite marks and blood and torn clothes, it occurs to you what resolving your hunger will likely mean going forward.
Oh no, what did we do? What did I do?
It's okay. No, not you. We're in this. It's okay. And Karm is going to give Pidge a hug to try to calm them down. A nice little, like, reassuring, like, pat.
What are we gonna do?
And just, like, look over at the body and, like, try to assess the damage.
As you're assessing, you continue to hear the bells of the Rat Cathedral.
While hearing that, she knows she's lived a life of crime. She knows she's going to have to get rid of this body. I would like to ask what is necessary for me to use the ashes to ashes discipline and get rid of the evidence of the feeding happening here tonight. Usually, Karm would just call Meatball and he would handle it, but obviously that's not an option right now. And it's a journalist office, so I imagine that there's like a coffee or tea station, so Karm just gets a Pidge set up with like whatever blanket there might be in this office and some like hot water or coffee or tea or however they take their coffee and tea, and make sure that she's comforted. And she's like, I'm gonna need you to just look over here, okay?
Over where? Where am I looking?
Over here. At the wall.
Just
that painting right there.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
Take care of this.
How?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm just gonna sit here and look at this landscape of a windmill and not think about what we just did. Okay.
Nothing happened. Nothing
Just
happened.
the windmill. It's just a happy little windmill.
It's just a windmill. It's just a windmill.
Okay.
It's going to take a certain amount of luck to know if you got away with it or not, and you're not going to know that answer tonight. You've wondered out loud, will there be security guards? Will there be janitors? But as with any impulsive decision we make, we won't understand the consequences of it until much later in our lives. And as the bells of the Rat Cathedral ring louder and louder through Rat City, are you too compelled to return to it?
Those bells are kind of ominous. Should we, I guess we should go back?
Yeah, I kind of have this feeling like we're supposed to go back there. I don't really understand why, but there's a lot of things about tonight I don't really understand, so...
Same.
I'm really glad I found you.
Me too, kid. Me too.
On this same night, when our rats become acquainted with their new hunger, we cut back to a distant alleyway. Bellamy Rex, an ace detective of their own description, is chasing down the early signs of a clue, or at least a separate crime occurring within Rat City. The sounds of a trash can, the sounds of a shriek, and the sounds of running paws hitting the pavement of the city. Bellamy, as you chase down the sound, Peachy LaRue face planted behind you, growing more and more distant. How do you track and catch your targets?
In a city like this, the streets are always wet. Whether that be from the rain, from the tears, or from the pain. And the footsteps and paws on it always make a sound that echo through the night that my big old ears can always hear. And so I hear this little rat crawling out a trash can, running down the street, listening to things he probably shouldn't have been listening to. And I take off running. And of course, I also hear the splat behind me when Peachy falls. I turn back to look at my companion, seeing her getting further away in the distance, and I call out, "Head him off around the corner. I'll meet up with you."
Whatever you say. Oh, that smarts my nose. And you hear the wet plap, plap, plap as Peachy goes.
Pinch your nose, it'll stop any bleeding.
But how will I see that? As she runs into a wall.
Kid. And I keep running off after this eavesdropper in front of me.
You are running in the way that you know how to run, and as you start racing across this alley, it's very clear there's not a lot of places to hide. The alley itself already being a place to hide, and you see a rat running on all fours. Not something that you see very often in Rat City. This is not something that this particular society has chosen to emulate, as the folks above don't do so. But this one is. There is a tatter to their clothes. There is a weird feral energy, a ferocity to their steps. And as you get closer and they sense you getting closer, they throw their front paws in front of them as if they're trying to slow their own momentum, and they shift back in a full 180, still on all fours, perching at you, glaring at you as if you are prey and they predator.
Bellamy stops screeching on the wet pavement, kind of taken aback by this almost kind of feral behavior. This isn't the first time that Bellamy has had to I think this isn't the first time that Bellamy has had to defend himself out here on the streets. Rats of all kinds get up to all sorts of things here in the night. Rat drugs, rat parties, rat racing, and worst of all, rat fights. And Bellamy's been in a couple of rat fights himself, so he squares off, ready to throw paw in case he needs to, but he doesn't want to. I think he's trying to get a sense of what is going on. Is this a case of someone who might be under the influence of something, or perhaps a new form of fighting from a far off city that he's not familiar with, or if this seems like something worse?
As you examine the person in front of you, this rat, and trying to glean who or what this could be, you, having a familiarity with the Alto family, recognize, although in a tattered state, the typical suited uniform that one would find in the actual family of the Alto family. Hard to say which Alto this could be, but you do recognize that anger that's in every Alto's eye.
Like I always say, whenever the LeServer's around, an Alto's not too far behind. And I think I'm going to try to, get the jump on him. If it seems like he's in this moment of trying to, analyze me and try to find the best way to attack, I'm going to take initiative here and use the little rat doe I know to try to flip him over onto his back and get some leverage on him.
It's not difficult to do so. As any good martial art instructor will tell you, sometimes the easiest opponent is one who is overcome by emotion. You, cold, tactical, martial, are able to get the jump on him. Claws are reaching out towards you, teeth chattering and trying to do something to you, but you have them pinned in a way that saves you from harm.
Get a hold of yourself.
Now, let me go.
No, come on. What are the Altos doing, huh?
What?
Sneaking around alleys?
I'm so hungry.
Well, how about you have a snack? And then going to take the pack of cigarettes out of my mouth and stuff it into his to try to just shut him up and gag him.
It definitely starts working. The thrashing goes to a halt as he tries to reach his paws towards his mouth, but he can't reach due to the aforementioned pinning.
Good. And I look up and look around for Peachy, calling out to her, "Peachy! I got him!"
What was that? A second. Oh, God, there's so much of it.
Oh, Peachy. Here, and I, perhaps in a way that would not be advised, take one of my, let go of him with one hand as I reach into my pocket for a handkerchief or something to toss to Peachy.
Peachy waddles into the scene. She is holding her bloody nose with both paws. There is a fresh bruise on her forehead.
Oh, thank you, Bellamy. Who is that?
One of the altos. And we're about to figure out which.
At the uttering of the question, at the uttering of his family name, this rat's pupils enlarge. The smell of blood now fresh in the alley. Bellamy, the first thing you're going to feel is your arms finally giving up. And the first thing you're going to see is this rat, instead of pulling cigarettes out of his mouth, simply biting down, splitting the cigarette case in half, it flopping onto the ground. And in a flash, Peachy, there is a rat attacking you viciously, biting at you. Not pain in your neck, Peachy. It's actually strangely, bizarrely pleasurable for a moment. There is a sensation that this should hurt, that in every situation you've thought of and panicked through, this should be a painful experience. But in you being attacked for the first time, there's a strange joy in it as your sense of consciousness, your sense of reality slowly starts fading.
Maybe I take a nap right here.
Peachy, no! And I go and I try to grapple this alto from behind, putting my arms underneath him to then brace and rip his arms from her, and taking my hands to the back of his neck and trying to put pressure down to kind of lock his movements a little bit so I can just rip him off of her.
This is a strong rat. Holding them in your arms, you don't feel muscles or size or girth per se, but you can tell that if they wanted to, they could turn the tides of this fight very quickly. But instead, this mystery member of the Alto family puts on a devilish grin, opens their mouth as wide as they can, and bites down on their own tongue, letting the blood of that tongue slowly drip onto your partner.
What the fuck?
As you wrestle with that, they flip you over. You start engaging in a full-on brawl in this alleyway, throwing punches, claws, ducking, weaving. Peachy LaRue, who has so much preach against letting others take your blood, has avoided any contamination, slowly becomes contaminated, the blood soaking into her as she lays there, slowly resisting the call of death.
Oh, please help. She rolls hands. She probably throws up a little bit. She hasn't had breakfast yet. It's a little phlegmy. Oh, that's gross. Who spits on someone like that? I'm not into that kind of thing, I don't think. Oh, Bellamy!
And she is going to nakify herself and take off her scarf and wrap it around this guy like a garrote and try to get him off Bellamy.
Get off him, you creep!
A rat who is definitely stronger than they're used to, but is not used to being this strong, simply yoinked off of Bellamy Rex, now blinded by a lovingly made scarf.
Bellamy, having just been on the ground, kind of hops up to their feet. Keep holding them, Peachy!
Kick him in the kidneys!
And I just go bam, 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 body shots, blow, blow, blow. Just going full, imagining all of those moments in the gym, in the rat gym. Just working the bag, and that bag in this moment is this fucking alto. who's pissed me off, bit my partner, and is about to find himself in a bloody heap on the ground.
This alto is taking the blows. It looks like they are becoming exhausted. You don't see blood, you don't see bruising, but you do see them slowly surrendering to the fact that they might be outnumbered and their newfound strength might not be something they have a total grasp on.
I think after like slowly like working him to the ground, despite the fact that his body isn't showing the wear, but his motions are, Bellamy finds an opening to then get low and like take him off his feet, pulling him into the air, and then pinning him against the wall away from Peachy, and then holding him against it again. Where the hell is Carmela?
He looks up and looks at you and goes, I'm trying to figure out the same thing, boss.
What the fuck do you altos know? Anywhere there's a server, there is an alto. And you're acting real fucking weird right now.
Carmela did this to me. I need to find her. I need to kill her.
What the fuck do you mean?
He lifts one rat leg and kicks you in the sternum, unpinning himself from the wall, and he slicks his claws through his rat hair, trying to fix his greaser style. And he looks at the two of you and goes, something's happening to me, something's happening to the city, and I'm gonna fucking fix it. Ollie's gonna fucking fix it. We're gonna get this figured out.
There's something wrong with you. There's something deeply wrong with you, you freak. And then is like trying to like slowly work himself off of the ground.
You feel a paw reach out to you and pull you up and pull you dangerously close in, and you can tell they're just smelling you, trying to get a grasp on who you are. It's like, I was so hungry. You fucking reek, though. And just kind of throws you with no real effort. If you were to look at this person, you're not a small rat, but you feel like one in their paws. You crash against a wall, you slide into a dumpster. The alto looks at Peachy and says, you were delicious. I gotta get out of here. And he scampers into the night.
Oh, Bellamy! Bellamy! You okay? Do we need to...
No, Peachy, are you... I'm good, Peachy, how are you? And like immediately like starts like getting up, trying to look at where this fucking freak bit Peachy.
That was some Kit Kat Club shit. I don't know how he... Why would he spit on me?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Why would he bite you? That's And then there's a pause as Bellamy slowly has a thought planted there by Peachy not too long ago. In fact, planted by Peachy every single day. That's some shit a flea would do.
You don't think he's... You think he's part of Big Flea? He is Big Flea!
Peachy,
no,
I think that man... I think he's turning into a flea. The ferocious.
The wild, the thirst for blood, the ability to jump. And he said Carmela did this to him?
Why would Carmela do it?
Is she Big Flea?
Or she was also turned into a flea. What if everybody... maybe I was wrong. Oh shit, I was so wrong, Peachy. They're not being turned into blood banks. They're being turned into fleas.
Peachy's just hands on her head, nauseous, swaying, and just... Ow!
Oh no, Peachy! And we'll like kind of go to like hold on to stabilize you. We need to get you to a doctor before you get turned into a flea too.
No, Belly. We're on the precipice of something massive. Look, my
Peachy, it
son,
don't fucking matter if you die. We need to get you to the doctor now.
Then they'll just make me a rat martyr then. Go! Find this alley! I'm going back to my watering can.
Okay, you get some rest, but after I find that son of a bitch, I'm coming back and I better see you well rested.
I will. And she wraps her little scarf around her head, and you just hear the wet plip, plap, plip, plap, plip as she walks away.
There is always a dampness, a small amount of rain that hits Rat City. There's always a darkness in this town, no matter how well things are going. Peachy LaRue retreating back to her watering can apartment. Bellamy Rex trying to get to the bottom of what Big Flea is up to and why this rat is happening and if they're in fact changing. And we drift one more time away as this hungry, feral rat collapses in front of a small chain link fence door. And we see another rat, a young woman rat, open the chain link fence and say, "Well, Roddy, did you do what we talked about?" "I did. I ate. I fed.